Welcome to the Benzino Podcast, where we're calling a spade. Great to be here with you guys today. Woo-wee! Damn! The Indiana Fever returns fire. The Indiana Fever responding to what Sophie Cunningham had to say. The Indiana Fever responding to the sexual harassment allegations that Brianna Turner laid upon them. Now, the Indiana Fever's response to what Sophie Cunningham had to say is actually quite interesting because it directly goes against what Stephanie White said. The Indiana Fever said, "Oh, we want everybody to be fans here." But Stephanie White said, "Well, we don't want everybody to be a fan, you know? If you don't think like me, talk like me, act like me, walk like me, we really don't want you to be a fan over here." Sophie Cunningham's statements almost seem to be a little bit conflicting with Stephanie White. Now, we said this yesterday during the live stream. Where has Sophie Cunningham been all game in the first half? Where's Sophie Cunningham been all game? Are they messing with Sophie Cunningham's minutes? Is this kind of punishment? I don't want to say it was, but it kind of feels like a little bit of, it kind of feels like minutes restrict. It's a little weird. Let's get right into it, shall we? Like the video, hype the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below and subscribe to the channel. That would mean so much to me. The ESPN article came out, talked about this numerous times. Sophie Cunningham says, the article says, "You say she's a MAGA Barbie, as some corners of the internet have taken to calling her. Projection," she says, "because of what she looks like and where she's from. She'll weigh in on how to, quote, protect women's sports," she says, "because she's in that world and feels qualified to speak to that world. Quote, I got a lot of negative feedback about me hating trans, and I'm like, I never once said that," she says. "I think that I'm here to extend love, but I also think with that love is truth, being honest. And I want to protect young girls in the locker room or young girls in sport who shouldn't have to go against biological men." Now, prior to yesterday's game, the Indiana Fever media, they flooded Sophie Cunningham. "Apologize, Sophie, apologize! How dare you!" And then Sophie Cunningham says,
in that story with ESPN, you talked about wanting to protect young girls who shouldn't have to go against biological men. Just can you expand your viewpoint on that?
I mean, I think I said what I said. I think it's kind of common sense. And I think I'll always believe in that. I think it's really important to protect children. And that's little girls who are also involved in that category. And so I stand on what I said, and I always believe that.
Yeah. Do you see your advocacy on that taking any form going forward?
You know, I don't know. I'm not a very political person, but I do have beliefs. I have morals, and I'll always stand on those and be true to who I am. And I think people are going to take it how they want to take it, but I've never even really said anything about that. And so when it comes just to protecting young girls in sport and women in sport, I feel very strongly about that. I think that's why you have Title IX. That's why you have some of the greats in women's sports. If Title IX and women's sports weren't protected, then you wouldn't hear about any type of women in sport. And so,
damn. Sophie, I said what I said. Whoa. You know they were hoping that Sophie Cunningham would apologize, would walk back all of her words that came out in that article. You were hoping. Sophie Cunningham played 7 minutes in the first half after doubling down on what she said. Folks, I don't remember Sophie Cunningham playing 7 minutes in a first half all season long in the game that she's played in. But then after that, you have the Indiana Fever putting out a statement. "Our players are thoughtful adults with their own perspectives and voices, and those views are their own. We are committed to welcoming fans from every background and treating everyone with respect. And that's what guides us as an organization." So the Fever are saying we are committed to welcoming fans from every background. That's interesting. My initial reaction, well, this simply isn't true. Because Stephanie White said they're not welcoming fans of every background. Stephanie White said, if you're not about inclusivity, diversity, uplifting, preaching, supporting the marginalized, well, then Stephanie White said that she doesn't want you as a fan. Huh.
Sneakers on today. Before we start with questions, I just want to address, what's going on with AT. I think first and foremost, it's to protect our players. We've got to continue to support our players in our league. We get to play a basketball game. And AT was exactly right. Like, we get to play a basketball game. And yes, that's going to come with criticism. Yes, that's going to come with fans and the love-hate relationship that they have with players and teams. That is going to come. But it's not hard to not be a jerk. And if you are one of these people that are online doing this, do not call yourself a WNBA fan. Our league is about inclusiveness. Our league
is about inclusiveness.
Do not call yourself a WNBA fan. Our league is about inclusiveness. Our league is about competition.
Our league is about competition.
Our league is about elevating.
Our league is about elevating.
Elevating women.
Elevating women.
Elevating marginalized communities.
Elevating marginalized communities.
Including and being inclusive of all different walks of life.
Being inclusive of all different walks of life.
That is what our league has always been about from day one. That is what our league will continue to be about. And we will continue to compete at a high level, hold ourselves to a higher standard, continue to be on the forefront of social norms, and we will continue to support one another collectively as a league. Players, coaches, staff, support staff, everyone. We're about elevating. We are not about demeaning, demanding. We are not about continuing this narrative. And it's just absolutely unacceptable.
And if you don't agree with everything Stephanie White says, you're not wanted here. Speaking of not wanted here, apparently the Indiana Fever had a staff member that wasn't wanted anymore. That was fired for sexual harassment. Brianna Turner made us all aware of that earlier this morning, late last night. Indiana Fever put out a statement about that. Quote, protecting our players and employees and maintaining a respectful, professional workplace is our top priority. Our policy is to take concerns seriously, investigate thoroughly, and act promptly when appropriate to protect the people in our organization and ensure everyone is treated with professionalism and respect. Fostering trust and safety in that process means we do not comment on personnel matters involving former employees. Now, I'm not sure what people were expecting the Indiana Fever to say. I guess they wanted names. They wanted allegations. Now, this is the thing. If we get a name on who allegedly was getting harassed, well, then the person who was doing the harassing now will feel inclined to speak up and give their side of the story. And the truth lies somewhere in the middle. There's one side, there's another side, and then there's the truth. So what Brianna Turner has done, she's opened up a whole can of worms. Because I'm seeing people speculate, oh, it was this person, oh, it was that person. Well, this person or that person comes forward and says, I was the one that got da-da-da-da-da, and and this is what happened to me, and da-da-da-da-da. Well, that person that did it will probably have to feel emboldened to protect their name. Interesting. The Indiana Fever responded quite quickly to the Sophie Cunningham. They responded within 24 hours to the Sophie Cunningham statement, and they responded within 12 hours to the Brianna Turner statement. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like the video, hype the video, subscribe to the channel. That means so much to me. See you next time, and as always, take it easy.